right-hand corner, it should say, oh, cool. So it says we're live, yes?
It still says off air for me, but if you
Well,
say
no,
it's
for me
live,
it
I
says
trust
live.
you. Okay, I trust you.
See, so we're live. We're, we're,
Uh,
we're, we're talking trash here, and it's live. People are paying attention to
oh,
us
I
right
see it. I see it. Hi, we're
now.
live.
That's right, man. I've got like one subscriber to my channel, and it's me. So nobody's seeing this right now, but it's going to go up in a minute.
I got you.
All right, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. This is Bill coming to you from the Geek Fortress, Comic Book University on YouTube. And I've got with us the founder, creator of the Geek Fortress, Mr. Lewis.
Everybody's supposed to cheer at this point, but I'll take it. Much better, thank you. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
All right. So Lewis and I are going to have an interview. I'm going to interview Lewis, and we're going to find out a little bit more about our beloved leader. I hope everyone by now has welcomed our new overlord, as you know. And all right, first question,
I
Lewis.
am your father. What's up?
Oh my God, no!
Yeah, exactly.
So, Lewis, how did you start the Geek Fortress?
Okay, now, do you want the abridged version or do you want the version that I'm probably gonna tell journalists like 10 years in the future?
Dude, this is your moment. We've got 8
Okay.
hours of live recording, so.
Okay. Funny story. Only like 2 people know the truth. Okay, so what is today the Geek Fortress actually started as are you ready?
Okay.
A Walter White from Breaking Bad fan page. That's
Oh.
right. The original purpose of the page. And what I was basically doing is I would come up with jokes, kind of like Chuck Norris jokes. But instead of Chuck Norris, I would just Walter White. Kind of like Walter White doesn't get scared. He knocks at the door of fear, and fear gets scared. Something corny shit like that, you know?
Wow.
Excuse me. I don't know if I PG R. We're doing this. Sorry. But and then there was nobody really following it or anything. So I just left it for almost 6 to 8 months. I didn't do anything with it. And then one day I just woke up and I had an epiphany, and I was like, oh, and I was like, I'm gonna turn it into something for everybody, not just Breaking Bad, something that can join everything, you know, like superheroes, video games, kind of like that. A little bit of everything,
Well, there it is.
you know. All right, so a little bit of that, everything. So that's what the Geek Fortress came about. It wasn't called the Geek Fortress at first. I made a side page to go with it. It was called the Believers Fortress. That was one of the original names, which, as you may know, was the idea that I have for a comic book store that I was gonna make in the near future, which I spoke to you about years ago. And this is where the other piece of destiny comes in, because somebody I know was like, try Fortress, when I told him that. And then I was like, oh, another epiphany. So that kind of stayed in the back of my mind. And then when I put the group together, again, when I revamped it, I guess the word would be, I wrote some names down. I was like, the Geek Squad. Oh, wait, I'll get sued, so I can't do that. How about the Geek Battalion? It's geek gonna be offensive, you know, the word geek. It's everybody gonna like it. So I left geek on the side for a couple of minutes. I was like, maybe just the main fortress, or dude, I went for so many names. But then it hit me, like the little archive in the back of my head was like, you know, and I was like, Fortress, the Geek Fortress, and the rest is history. You know, I changed the name of the page, and then I started sending out invites. And the first 2 invites were my fiance and my mom. Those were the first 2 invites, and I made her my first admin, and I was the other admin and the creator, and my mom, and of course they accepted. You know, they joined. But then I went down my list of friends, and out of the few friends that I have, I started inviting people. And originally was like, I sent invites to like 100 people. And after that, it just picked up. People started inviting other people, and here we are today. That's the short version. But yeah, it
I think
started as a Walter White fan page.
that's awesome. I think Andrew is the guy who invited me.
Yeah,
You
that's
and I
right.
have lost touch for a really long time,
Yes,
about
that is
5 years.
correct.
God, something like that.
I would say so. Yeah.
And then I'm looking,
Yeah,
I'm like,
man.
okay, I know that name.
I could have sworn I've seen that troll somewhere. Where?
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. And just so that we're clear, because
But yeah, man.
I like to do toot my own horn a little bit, but the Geek Fortress, the term Fortress came from a discussion that you and I had
That
in
is
your
correct.
car. I was
That
dropping
is
you off
correct.
from work, and we were there for like anywhere from 45 minutes to hour and a half.
Yeah, it was one of those deep talks that went from like all the way from like collectibles to women to life to you know it was like one of those. It was like a movie or like an episode of The Sopranos. You know, it
You
had a
actually,
little bit of everything.
right? You had me.
Yeah,
You gave me a suggestion for a manga story that you want to do, which I really hope
that's right.
that you're actually going to write that one of these days.
It's in
I
the queue.
recall it.
It's in the queue.
Okay, nice. I recall it. So if you need a recollection there, I will be happy to provide
Sounds
it
good.
so that you can, I really want to see that in print one of these days.
Sounds
And
good.
I can easily see that as an anime one day also. But
I would love to. I mean, little by little, we're becoming stronger. And I said we because it's not my page; it's everyone's page. Something that I try to make very notable and very like I put the accent on that. Like it's our page, you know, because I was just the guy who came up with the idea to get a group of people together. However, what makes the fortress, all the bricks of the fortress, as corny as that sounds, it's the people that are part of the fortress, you know. And it's not my page; it's everyone's page.
I think you convey that well. But I remember the term fortress. I specifically said that because I thought you, in my mind, I'm thinking, you idiot. You're like the biggest Superman fan I know. And you never
I
thought to
know
use the word fortress for
the
your comic
fortress of
book store?
solitude. Yeah, I know.
Hello?
I know, dude. I know. I was young and stupid.
Well, no, I know. I saw your face when I said it, and you had a Zen moment.
I know, dude. It was like in the back of my head, it was like Sona mana na na, you know, kind of one of those,
The
like
Gregorian
epiphany, light
started.
bulb.
All right, so we're talking about
Yeah, man.
Superman here. You talked about where you want to take the Geek
Oh boy.
Fortress. So here, I want to know. I don't think anybody here knows, but in general, who do you think is your favorite superhero? Would you say?
Okay, so that would be Underdog. I'm totally kidding with you. Okay,
Nice,
my
big
favorite
dog.
superhero it's the last son of Krypton, the Man of Tomorrow, the Man of Steel, my homeboy Superman.
Nice, nice, nice. Here's a
Yeah, man.
question though. That to me, I think that was a pretty obvious. Like everybody's always, blasting you, making fun of you online.
Yeah, yeah.
Something
I'm
Superman.
used to it, man. It makes my day sometimes, you know.
I
I'm
tell
like,
you
they
what,
left me.
your skin is probably as tough as Superman's by now with all the crap that people put you through.
Oh boy.
but
No comment, sir.
but here's something. Why is Superman your favorite?
Okay, so believe it or not that many people ask why, but I always know why since day one. So when you think of Superman, you think of an alien, the ultimate immigrant, right? Think of it that way. Somebody that you can relate to, or at least that I can relate to. Um, he grows up in a even though he doesn't have he has a mom and a dad that are not really his mom and his dad. He has love around him, and even though his family is not complete, he has that love, and he grew up okay, and which is something that I can relate a lot to in my personal life because I had a rough upbringing, you know. If in case nobody knows, I'm from Ecuador, South America, and my mom and I, my dad was in the picture. I don't want to blast him or anything, but you know, it wasn't always the best relationship. So And then he one day he sent us on a ship to the United States, you know, and that's funny. Like now that I put one on one together, an airplane, this wasn't really a ship, but my mom and I were always like the two musketeers, she used to call us. So I relate to that feeling of Superman. You think Superman, he has no problems, no emotional baggage. What can Superman have an issue with, you know? But just because you have a tough skin outside, just because you're a big guy, because everybody might look at you and be like, "Oh, that guy could probably beat the crap out of me," or "Is this?" But in reality, inside you, sometimes you know you cry, you miss certain things, and but then you're always at the same time the one who's trying to cheer people up, you know. So even though people are down, you want to make them feel up, even if you're down here. So there is a classic comic book moment. I think you shared one in the Superman talking that girl out of suicide,
That
and
was one.
that every time I read that, it just tears come to my eyes because that's it's something so relatable. Who wouldn't want to talk somebody out of committing suicide? You know, I would do it. You would do it. I think anybody with a heart would do it. And the thing that honestly upsets me is that people overrate it because you know, oh, he's the man of tomorrow. He can do everything, which I see the point, but they have to look past that wall. You know, um, he he is the most human out of all the humans on Earth in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I relate to that a lot because you know I may seem tall or whatever, but I have things that are in my heart that I can't always talk about, but they are there and that I have to live with it just like he has to live with. You know, like I don't know if you've ever heard the song, and this is free advertisement for Fight for Fighting, but the song "It's Not Easy" by Fight for Fight. Come on, that hits you right in the heart, dude.
That explains
And
Superman, I think, better than any other explanation. And there have
exactly,
been a lot of songs written about Superman, but that one,
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Like but I mean, I the first time I listened to that song, my I don't recall the circumstances, but the person who showed it to me, I think it was one of my friends back, I think in Ecuador, and then I was starting to learn English. So, oh, I remember, uh, it was one of the first English songs that we learned. It was "It's My Life" by Bon Jovi. That one that goes, "Check that thing, Miss Gonna" by whoever sings that. And we had to listen to the song and write down the lyrics, and that's how we started to learn listening and writing English. So that was one of like the first sessions that we had, and it was that song.
nice.
And I didn't know that. I was just like, wow, this song is like so deep. And then our professor gave us a background on it, and it was like, the guy from Fight for Fighting, he's actually a Superman fan, and he wanted to channel that emotion bubble that Superman is in. And even though he's the man of steel, he can bend easier than paper sometimes, you know? And when he said that, I was like, wow, you know? And keep in mind that the first time I picked up a comic book, I was like 6 years old. Barely knew how to read. It was in Spanish, of course, a little español. And it was a Superman one. And ironically, it was my dad who showed it to me. So even though there was no presence, he gave me kind of like a substitute, if that makes sense.
Mm.
And I remember reading Superman, and then I started watching the cartoon and the Super Friends. I don't know if everybody has seen the Super Friends in the Fortress,
Wonder
but
Twin
like
powers
Super
activate.
Friends, exactly. Thank you. I know you know. But anyways, and then Christopher Reeves, man, the first time I saw Superman the movie, man, I I almost jumped out of a window, man. Uh, and I actually have a scar right here too well, but it's right there. You see that?
Okay, yeah.
I was jumping up and down on my bed trying to fly like Superman, and I landed on a corner like really hard wood, kind of like that, but really really hard wood, like like from the homeland wood from Ecuador. It's like really hard wood. Okay, I said wood too many times. Anyways, it was, and boom, man, I had a hole from here to here, and I was 5, 6 years old. So it was around the first time that I picked up the comic book, and I don't remember too much of it, thank God. But my mom does. Yeah, don't talk to her about it. She was freaking out. And so I always wanted to fly, I guess you could say. And I can relate to him in the fact that he will never give up. He will always keep going. And no matter what, he's always going to be there for everybody, even though sometimes the world is not with him. That would be like the one sentence end of the 10-minute babbling I just gave you. But
well, there's the elevator pitch, and then there's the deep meaning.
exactly. And like I could honestly talk to you about the relationship between Superman and I, relating wise, for a whole day. You know, you would need a lot of tape. Wow, it's 2016. You would need a lot of memory. You would need a lot of memory to
Well, you and I
record
have
it.
talked extensively about Superman. So,
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, if I can get up for a moment. I know, yeah, you said that this guy right here should have belonged on his hand more than, can you see the,
Yes.
yeah, the movie?
100%. That's hope.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
More than,
If I would have been Saint Walker, I would have gone to Superman myself and be like, listen, homeboy, you're hope. Here you go. Have a ring. This ring right here, right there, belongs to you.
Do you have them all also?
Oh, yeah. They're
Nice.
all right here. I actually was moving my comic books around before. I actually had them right here, but I was doing some cleaning and stuff, so I separated them, but they're all here. The Flash one and the Legion one are MIA at the moment because I moved about a few months ago, and when I moved, they became MIA, which I'm really upset about, but they're probably in storage somewhere. But I know I didn't lose them.
Justice League one, but yeah, my Flash one. You remember that original in the story? I actually lost that one. That one's somebody who got my storage locker in New Jersey has that now when I moved overseas. So that stinks. But
yeah,
I'll get it.
But yeah, man, and Superman, you see hope, and thank God for Joey Shuster and Jerry Segal. You know.
Absolutely.
I wish I could have met them. 100%.
Well,
100%.
You know, I'm just a couple of miles. Actually, I'm a couple of kilometers away from Toronto. And trivia: did you know that one of those two, I forget, one of them was from Cleveland, Ohio. The other one was from Toronto, and they originally wanted Superman in Toronto. In fact, the Daily Planet was originally supposed to be called the Daily Star because the Toronto newspaper was the Toronto Star. Did you know that?
That's right. Yes, I actually did know that. Yes.
No, I believe that you knew that.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that one of them was Canadian, though. You got me on that one. I do know that they lived in the same neighborhood and they would run back and forward from each other's house because they ended up living in the same neighborhood with ideas. One would draw, the other one would come up with storylines, and at first he was supposed to be evil. He was supposed to be a bold, evil man. And then they turn it around and he's like, no, let's make him Hercules. Let's make him strong. Let's make him relatable. And they made Superman, you know?
Yeah, because somebody with that kind of power should be evil, right?
Exactly.
But I'll tell you what, that right there, what do you call it? Those two, that's a story of hope right there. Because think about this great idea they had and it didn't work. And they went through like, God, I think it was 5 to 8 years of rewrites till they finally came up with.
And rejections.
Oh God, forget about the rejection. Don't even want to get into that. But they could wallpaper their house with all the rejection letters they had, right? So there were no comic books back then. It was only comic strips. And the most powerful of the comic strips back then was the guy in all purple again? The Phantom. The Phantom?
Yes, the Phantom, the guy with the skull and the ring, yes.
And the two guns.
The Phantom, yes.
And he was the most powerful, him and the Shadow, right? Like.
That's true, the Shadow. And they used to be like an indie one. I don't know if you ever even heard of it. And it was Calimon. He was like he had like a turban on, and he had like magic powers. Google him.
Okay.
My mom used to have magazines of him that she used to show me. It was like mainly I think he mainly was in the magazines for like Central and South America. But if you Google him, you'll find him.
I'm gonna
He was
Google
also a great character.
Kaliman.
Yeah,
Sounds like Kalima,
Calimon. Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Kalima.
Exactly. Temple
Indiana
of
Jones
Doom.
reference. Yeah.
All right. So what is something like this inspiring you right now?
Oh, just makes me want to rip off my shirt and fly, bro. Why are you doing this to me?
The death of Superman.
Now, I did not see that coming. That was great. That was great. Funny story. Check this out. Check this out. I was actually able to. Somebody from the Geek Fortress helped me get this, which is a San Diego Comic Con exclusive figure of Doomsday. So inside here is it's Doomsday.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty
wow.
fantastic, and it's so little nice memorabilia that I have,
Nice.
and my man right there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, a lot of nostalgia with the character I have. You know, I love him. I love him. But yeah, that's why I like Superman.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's move on a little bit, but not too far from the
Okay.
topic. Who do you think is his best villain?
His best villain, as cliche as this is gonna sound, Lex Luthor.
It's expected.
Yeah,
Expected.
and because think about it, the man, he's freaking human, which is one of the reasons why people like Batman. He's just a guy who has money, and it's who Lex Luthor is the evil Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
So you have a man who builds a mechanical suit. He harnesses the power of kryptonite and takes advantage of it, builds a mechanical suit, doesn't care if he gets cancer while handling the kryptonite. Spoiler alert for the people who haven't read some of the stories.
The Batman Superman adventures, absolutely.
Exactly. And he's like, no. Why should this alien have so much power, people? I'm powerful. I should be the one with the power. Which brings us to DC's Rebirth, that now he's flying around with a Superman suit, but that's another story for another time.
Exactly. Do you remember the old story where what do you call it? He went searching for the Black Ring. You're exploding there.
He went for the what? What was that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
There was a story, a Lex Luthor story, where he went searching with his company for a black ring because he was a ring bearer before that. You remember what ring he was?
Yes, which fitted him perfectly, by the way.
Exactly. No, not everybody knows this, so give us the story.
Okay, I'm gotta be honest with you. I stopped reading comic books for a while after there was a couple of things where I had no job, and things were down a little, so I stopped reading comic books for around, I want to say, after Blackest Night to when New 52 started. So I know the gist of it. I'm not gonna pretend I know the whole story.
That's not a big deal.
So I'm not even gonna lie. But if you can tell me, that'd be awesome.
It's just the idea that he originally, from the Blackest Night, he had the orange ring.
I have read Blackest Night. I do. Yeah. I read when he received the yellow ring. Who LaFreeze was the only one who had one, and then when the new Guardians came out, he got the orange one. And after that, I actually stopped reading. But I didn't know that he actually went to look for a black ring. That just makes me like him even more.
You know what I could, yeah, right? He actually thought that was the most powerful one. But the idea of why did he get the orange ring out of all the rings?
Okay, gotcha. I understand now. Okay. Well, see, the whole purpose of the orange ring, it's avarice. It's that's this one right here, and I know you have it too.
Oh yeah.
And it's avarice, wanting everything for yourself. And just like we just discussed, he wants power. He wants to be the supreme, I don't want to say overlord, but he wants to be the supreme power that people look up to. That's why he hates Superman in such a
the line
broad level.
Yeah, the line that was in the comic, the Blackest Night comic, which got me the most and actually made me stop and really reevaluate Lex Luthor's character was he said when he had the orange ring, I want this, I want power, I want that, I want, I want to be Superman. And everybody else around him was like, duh,
Yes.
Luthor, we know. And me, I was like,
Yes.
holy shit,
Yep.
he wants to be
Yep.
Superman. That's why
That's
he
it.
hates him so much.
It's the ultimate jealousy. The ultimate I want something that I can have because it's almost like he's an attention whore, but more than an attention whore, he's like a smart and really savvy attention whore. It's he to the point that I'm sorry, if orange ring touches you, holy crap, you're doing something. Depending on how you see it, you know.
Mm.
But yeah,
Uh,
but the ring choosing him was one of the best things I've seen in comic book history between you and I. That and the yellow ring going to Scarecrow. I was like RoboCop.
yeah, I like that it went to Superman first.
I know.
There was a follow up where Sinestro went back to Batman, and he said, "This time I would appreciate you not rejecting it. Why don't you give it a shot?
Yep.
Why don't you try it?" And I thought that was just beautiful.
I know. I know, man. He would be the greatest Yellow Lantern. I think even Sinestro said that.
Yeah, yeah, but Scarecrow's an excellent second choice. I mean, he's like that close behind Superman. Perfect.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so Lex
100%.
Luthor's the best villain for Superman. Your opinion, mine as well. What do you think is your favorite villain? This
My
this could,
favorite
this could be not just big. This could be anywhere.
villain. Okay. Now, I have to say that it's a tie between Mitsiplik, the elf from the fifth dimension.
Okay.
So you didn't see that coming,
I
did you?
did not see that coming. I
Know.
just had a Josh Whedon Quicksilver moment. You didn't see that coming?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
So it's a mix between him and the one who was able to put him down. And we're talking about the one and only Doomsday.
Oh,
And I'm gonna
you said him. I'm thinking you're talking about Mr. Mixelplex. I'm like, what? Who?
Oh
He
no
was
no
a
no 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 no.
Doomsday.
But Mitsuplik is the one who always outsmarts Superman. And it's like
Yeah,
again, it shows that no matter how strong you are, how much muscle you have, a little guy from another dimension can basically destroy your world, but he's toying with you the whole time.
yeah,
He's like Superman's Joker, if you think about it.
yeah.
They need each other, and Mitsuplik is never gonna kill him, even though he could snap his fingers and make Earth turn into a marshmallow. He's like Majin Buu, for God's sake. If you think about it,
Or
So
like
only
Q
way
from
for him.
Star Trek. That's where they got the idea
Exactly.
from.
Exactly. So if it takes for Superman to make him spell, say, or write down his name backwards in order for him to go away. I mean, how brilliant is that? Like,
Yeah.
there's no other way to make the guy go away. And I don't know if you remember the early 2000s Superman and Batman storyline comic books. Like, he would show up like every other month, and he would just make Superman's life a living hell. To the point he would appear in the most awkward moments,
Mm.
And Superman, I mean, he's our hero, so he wins at the end, but he would give him the works,
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I like him. He's one of my favorite villains.
Nice.
Should I get into Doomsday?
Actually, I do want you to get in Doomsday, only because of this.
Okay.
I'm about to do, I just did my really long Killer Croc video.
Right.
Cheap plug. It's on the Geek Fortress, guys. Like,
Yep.
nobody even scrolled down to see it. Hello. But
Come on, guys.
it is.
Get to it.
It is too long. I'm going to start reducing it to 10 minutes, but I'm actually about to do two videos, one on Bane and one on Doomsday. These are supposed to be like the greatest villains, but I'm about to do something about why I'm so disappointed in them. But by all means, I want to hear why you like this. Maybe you can influence me.
No, I got you. And here's the thing. I also have reasons to hate Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But I want to tell you why I liked him. He came around in a world, in a time when Superman was this unstoppable force. He was like the main man of the Justice League. He had the Arnold Schwarzenegger look with the muscles, and God, he looked like Rico Suave mixed with Arnold. I mean,
Oh, that's a reference.
I have the comic book. I am staring at it. You know, he has a hairy chest. He almost looked like Italian Superman. You know, he like, oh, you know, it's like
Don't make me break it
they
out.
with the giant nipples. Remember? But well, anyway.
I don't have giant
So
nipples.
and then Doomsday came around as this unstoppable force, almost nature, and Superman can't stop nature, you know. And I don't know if everybody in the Fortress knows Doomsday backstory, but if I get into that, it's gonna take longer. But let's just say
Let's
he
not.
was okay.
It's a
Let's just
brilliant
say
backstory. Brilliant.
it's amazing. I would highly
Which
recommend it. If
didn't
nobody it's oh man, where do I have it? It's up here. If you want to read about it, you guys can do so in the Superman. Where is it? Oh man, I have so many comic books. Oh, here it is. Okay, so Superman Doomsday Wars. It's there's a trade paperback. It gives you a fantastic look back. And Superman Doomsday Hunter Prey. If you guys have not read that, oh my God, do yourselves a favor and read it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give the backstory. Yes.
There was one line in there which amazed me, where Superman says, "He broke my arm. I didn't think that my." I thought, "Oh my God, this is comic," you know?
Yeah, it's and even in the actual death of Superman, there's a point when Doomsday kicks Superman, and Superman actually goes oof, and you see like the speech bubble says oof, you know, and he has like a thought bubble when he's like, "Wow, nobody has ever knocked the air out of me." You know, so that's the reason why I like Doomsday, and the reason why I don't is because as the writers have come along, they have made him weaker. The thing about Doomsday is that every time he goes down, he's supposed to come back stronger. Yeah. He's like the Saiyan of the DC universe. Yeah. So, and we're gonna look now into the new 52 Superman, where Superman basically ripped him in half.
You know what? I'm going to get into that in my video. I'm not trying to stifle this conversation. I'm going to get into that.
I'm going to let you do that. That's all you.
Just it bugged me that the buildup was so great, and then just So geeks, read about it, or I'll have that video up hopefully this week. Because wow,
and you guys should definitely watch it, because the way and this is not just because you're my friend, but the way you analyze things, I love it. Like your writing, your videos, you get really into depth, and I like it. It's really nice. You guys should really watch it, or I will kill you all. What?
Whoa. No. Whoa.
No. Could we cut that out? Maybe. No. Okay. Oh.
We're live, by the way.
Watch it. I mean, I'm sorry. I am. I get like Charlie Sheen in interviews. Oops, another one. Look at that. Tiger blood.
How about this?
No, but all jokes aside, I'm looking forward to watching
that. Nice. Okay. Let's trip this up a little bit. What's in your Pokédex?
Oh boy. Okay, so
I don't even call it my phone
Pokédex we're talking about. Okay, are we talking about my Pokédex from Pokemon Omega Ruby, which I'm playing now, or are we talking about?
No.
See.
Go.
Or are we talking about the actual Pokédex from Pokemon Go?
Yeah, Pokemon Go.
All right, perfect. Okay, so my strongest Pokemon right now, it's a Snorlax. He's 1669, I think. I call him Big Booty. Yeah, it's ask Mark DeStefano or anybody who knows me, my fiance Angela, anybody. That's his name. His name is Big Booty. And I have another one whose name is Big Boo. And it's funny because I spell it big, dash, boo, space, and a T. So, and he's actually on a gym right now. He's been in that gym for, I think, 12 days now. And Mark, my fiance, Karen DeStefano, and Mark DeStefano actually were able to take over that gym. And we've been there for about 12 days. and we're standing strong. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I'm not going to tell you where it is
Oh,
because I'm Team Valor, and I don't want no blueies or yellowies going after it.
so I am too. Hey, you saw that one post that I made? I was walking with my Nightwing shirt.
Dude, don't. Oh my dude, why did you remind me of that?
This guy's like, Team Instinct is better. I looked and I was like, how'd you know it's Team Valor? He's like, no, Mystic. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like your shirt. I was like, fucking kids today, man.
Dude, I would have been like, hey kid, do you know where an RKO is? And when he would have said no, I would have been like, you're about to find out.
Hashtag out of nowhere.
Thank you. I actually got that shirt, by the way.
You did?
I'm so excited I have it.
Nice.
Yes!
Nice.
Let me show you.
Show me, man. And Lewis is gone for the moment, so cheap plug for my videos coming out, Comic Book University, the YouTube channel.
I'm back, sorry.
All right.
The things I did, I get stuff. Ugh. All right, so.
Ah, nice.
And the front.
Nice.
And I'll be honest, the only reason I got it is because it was on sale, because I don't have enough money to be buying shirts from Vince because he sells them for a lot of money. So,
Yeah, no doubt.
so there was a sale going on for buy one and get one free. So I got this one and then an AJ Styles one for Angela, my fiance, because she loves AJ Styles.
Nice.
So I was able to do that.
Don't nobody want to mess with this redneck. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, anyways, where were we? Sorry.
We were nowhere, man. You're talking about your Snorlax. Anything else you're proud of on your
Oh, yes, sorry, yes. And my second strongest one right now is a Flareon. He's like 14-something. And my third one, believe it or not, is a Starmie. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like 13, 20, I think.
Nice.
And I got so lucky because I got a Staryu in an egg, and she gave me like the last 20 candies that I needed. And I was so excited, man. I was like, evolve, you know?
Nice.
Yeah, dude. And
you fangirled out.
I make a lot of I make a lot of sound effects when I talk. Don't judge me.
No, it's all good, man.
But,
I love
yeah.
onomatopoeias. You and my buddy
Yeah,
Christian
man.
talk.
Yeah, exactly.
My buddy
And I move
Christian.
my hands a lot. Like if this were like a wider angle, you would see me moving my hands and going crazy, a band. But that's
Buddy,
good old
I'm Italian.
Blue Zamber.
I'm Italian. All I ever do
Then
is
you
I
know.
talk
Then you know.
shit.
My last name is Zambrano. My great-great-grandfather was from Italy. It's in my blood.
There we go. That's it. There we go.
There you go, man.
All right. So let's okay, I'm going to switch this up a little bit. I'm going to try and make this the last question so this doesn't go on forever. But I wanted to
Okay, I'm sorry about my long answers.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. Okay, so let me ask you this. I told you what the question was going to be in advance.
Yeah.
But I also told you I'm going to switch it up on you. I said, who's the best villain for defeating Superman? But I'm going to switch this around.
Mm-hmm.
You have to defeat Superman. You,
okay.
Lewis.
Okay.
And you get to recruit one person to do it. So you're the mastermind. You've broken that fourth wall. You know all these things about Superman that nobody else in the comics does. So
yeah,
what would you do? And who would you choose to help you to defeat the Man of Steel?
Okay. Are we talking DC Universe only?
No, let's not do that.
Anywhere. Okay. Anywhere. Okay, and only one person. You're an evil mastermind, Bill.
Yes, I am.
I like it. All right. Okay, as much as people are probably gonna expect me to say Batman, I would not pick Batman. Okay.
No, you have to be Batman.
Exactly. So, if I had to pick one person to fight by my side to beat Superman and ultimately put him down, it would be Martian Manhunter.
Ah, good answer. Good.
Yes, sir. It would be Martian Manhunter. And I secretly love Martian Manhunter. I just don't tell everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But he is the Superman from Mars.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people underestimate the crap out of Martian Manhunter, which pisses me off so much. Like people talk about Aquaman getting like, oh, he can talk to fish, but Martian Manhunter is like, oh, he's from Mars, but he's afraid of fire. But it's more complicated than that. I mean, the man,
Yeah, why is he
it's
afraid of fire, right? More than that,
exactly,
for the
and he's
reasons
like,
why
he's
it only
humble.
makes sense because the reasons why you and I both love Superman is
Hmm.
exactly what Martian Manhunter is times two.
Exactly. I was just about to say he's like Superman on steroids in a way,
Yeah, well, not just his strength
because not
level,
only
but
does
like
he have.
Superman looks like other humans. Martian Manhunter can look like
Mhm.
other, but naturally he doesn't. You know?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Just to be himself. So he's also an inspiration if you think about it. Accept where you're from, accept your sins, accept your baggage, and try to play with the hand you're given. You know. And the fact that he has almost every power that Superman has, if not every, plus telekinesis and like
does
manipulation of matter. Come on, the
wait,
man
does he
is a
have
beast.
telekinesis?
I believe he has some sort of like mental power. He can like
He has,
communicate. It's
he
like,
has
what is it like?
telepathy.
Telepathy. Thank you. I get those two confused a lot. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got telepathy. He's got what do you call it? The phasing ability, like the vision. He's got
Yes.
shape shifting,
Yes.
like Beast
Shape
Boy.
shifting. I mean, there's so much, man. So much. I mean,
He's like he could be like
but
a
I
Bogart from Harry knows your
exactly,
deepest fear, and then he can manifest himself
exactly,
as.
exactly. And think about it. Like a lot of people say, like Superman to defeat somebody, he could like lobotomize somebody with the hit vision. Martian Manhunter could reach inside Superman and end it right there.
No, he's got that that
Maybe not like a
Kryptonian
hundred percent
training.
that easily, but yeah, that's true.
It,
But
it would
I mean,
actually be
it would
easier
be
to
it'd be a hard
communicate with
fight.
the. Yeah, it would be easier to do that
Yeah,
to Wolverine, and he's got like
that's true.
compartmentalized
That's
mind.
true. And
But
think about it this way. I don't know if you have read. They're non-canon, but the Injustice comic books based on the video game. The
I
Joker
haven't
was
read
able
them.
to. Okay, well, a little spoiler if you don't mind.
Do it.
Okay, the Joker manages to synthesize this the fear gas from Scarecrow with a
Okay.
mixture of kryptonite, and Superman gets it in his system, and he sees Doomsday, and because apparently in that's Superman's worst fear, which we can all kind of see why. But anyways, and he manifests himself, and he thinks he's fighting Doomsday the whole time. And spoiler alert for anybody watching right now, pause the video or skip 30 seconds ahead. It's actually Lois Lane.
Ah,
It's Lois Lane, but he sees her as. So he throws her out into space and she dies. And you want to hear the kicker?
mhm.
She was
Yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah. Okay. I knew about that, and that's when he goes back and he
Yeah.
puts his hand through Joker's heart, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my God. So, okay, which came out first, that or Old Man Logan? Because that's the same storyline.
Old Man Logan came out first. Old Man Logan came out first.
Okay.
Which amazing story, by the way, if you guys haven't read it. Holy crap. I must have finished that in one. I bought the trade paperback and I sat down and I was like, I'm so tired. And I started and I was like, oh, I'm not going to bed anytime soon.
Dude, that
Fantastic.
that came out when I was still working in Borders in the Monmouth Mall, and I was reading it
Yeah.
issue per issue. It was 10 issues, man. I had to wait like 10 months to get that.
Whoo. Oh, boy. Kudos to you. I couldn't have done that. I would have been like, what?
Oh, that's nothing, man. Anybody
Yeah,
who
man.
knows about the Ultimate Hulk versus Wolverine was the worst. It was only 6 parts, but after part two, there was like about a 6 to 8 months hiatus, and then all of a sudden they just dropped all
Wow.
4 issues on top of us. So we had to wait. We had to wait like a couple of years, actually. I think about 2 years. And issue two, if you remember, ended with Hulk tearing Wolverine in half. So it's like two
Yes,
years
yes,
of
yes, yes,
what's
yes.
going on. And they really
Yep.
dicked with this too because there was an Ultimate X-Men comic where Wolverine and Colossus go at it with each other, and Colossus gets ripped open. Wolverine actually rips him open, and Colossus rips off one of Wolverine's legs. And he says, "I'm sorry, I did that to you, Tovarich," friend in Russian. And he's like, "That's nothing. You should have seen this one time between me and the Hulk." And meanwhile, the other 4 issues didn't drop. And you're like, "You cocksuckers! Just fucking tell me what happened."
I know, dude. I mean, it's a cliffhanger. It's what they're always gonna do. and we kind of like it, unless you're watching the last episode of The Walking Dead, and then they're like, never mind, I'm not gonna say anything. Next.
Right. Yeah, don't. Because
I
we've
will.
read the comic.
Exactly.
We know who Negan killed in the comic. The question is, do they want to do that in the story? Because
Again, another no comment right
no
there,
comment.
because I think I know who he killed, but let's not get into that because that's spoilers, and just in case nobody somebody's behind or something.
Whatever.
Nah.
So,
Nah.
all right. So, I say, is there anything else? I'm thinking about wrapping this up.
No, I mean, I want to thank you first of all for taking the time out of your busy life. I know you're a father, you're a husband, and to be able to sit down with me, even if through a camera, and talk about what we love the most. And as a family, it's what we love: comic books, movies, action figures, collectibles, superheroes, villains. It's I want to say thank you, not only to you but to everybody who has helped in the short 10 months that the page has been on. Damn, 10 months, that's not short, is it? Well, anyways.
I haven't even been on there that long.
Wow. Well, see, I'm counting the days when it was only like 10 people, 20 people,
Now,
but
almost
going
700.
strong. It's yeah, dude. When it first started, just a quick side note, I was posting everything. I was every day there posting. Now I wake up and my phone is like 30 notifications, 25
Flooded.
notifications, and
And I tell you what,
I love it. I love it.
yeah, you and I have talked about this before. I don't go on my regular Facebook page that much anymore. We're
Yes.
friends on Facebook. I hardly ever
Yes.
post on Facebook, but on the
Yeah. Yeah.
Fortress Facebook page, that's where
Yeah.
everything goes.
I know. And I see something and I tag you in it. I was like, it needs your approval, man. It needs your approval, or it needs the beard. It needs the beard. But no, I take this moment to say thank you to everybody who's in it. And as usual, if you guys know anybody who might like it, who might enjoy having our silly arguments or talking about who shot first,
Oh,
that's a Star Wars reference,
why
by the
haven't
way.
we done that?
Dude, don't get me
Why
started.
haven't we
Oh
talked
boy.
about who shot first in the remasters? Like,
No. I'm not talking about the remasters. I'm not talking.
well,
Don't do this to me, Bill.
that's just the ineffectiveness of Greedo then. I mean,
Right, exactly.
but no, on what you're saying,
But
I agree, and I love that more and more I'm seeing new people all the time posting
same,
things on the Geek Fortress.
same.
When usually, like at first, it was just I'd see I'd see like Brandon Torres, posting something all the time.
Yes,
I'd see Towers posting something all the time. I
yes,
just and I'm not going to say everybody who I see because I'm just going to be here forever. So don't feel slighted. I didn't
yeah,
mention you. I see a
yeah.
lot of
No,
people
100%.
but every so often I'm seeing like more and more people. All of a sudden it's like, oh, I've never
Yes,
seen this guy post before. Oh wow, he posted 2 things. That's
I know.
awesome. Who's this? Who's this girl? Oh wow, she's
Yep,
posting stuff.
yep,
That's great. And I love seeing that. All of the diversity that we see, all the different loves that we have.
yep.
Like
I know.
I don't get
And
into
every,
the anime stuff as much as like, some of the other guys that just
yep,
Stefanos, for instance, will
yep,
get into it. But I love that it's there and other people, post things. There's the cosplay stuff that I see,
yep,
from some members. And I love seeing that. And I've
yep,
always wanted to, you see by my masks and when I've always wanted
yep,
to really get into that, not
yep.
just Halloween every day.
That's a life.
I
That's a
love
dream.
seeing all these different, people. So absolutely, I second Lewis's thank you. Like, forget about it. Everybody.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that you guys. You guys puts us on a higher plateau. We're level,
100%.
and it's beautiful that I'm seeing so many other
Yep.
people also, contributing because,
Yeah.
like you said, it's our page.
Yeah, 100%. And there's even people who may not be able to get that chance to like talk about what they love as much as you wish you could. Because unfortunately, we live in times where people point fingers, and that's one of the
Yeah.
things that I like about the page. We're not there to point fingers. We're not there to judge. And I'm sorry to get really serious, but that's one of the main missions that I have with the page. I don't want people arguing. I don't want people calling each other's names. Like when we first started, I didn't have rules. I thought everybody could love each other, but unfortunately, it doesn't work like that all the time. So I had to take certain measures and do things that they're not even, yeah, they're not even worth mentioning. But everybody's really good. But back to my point, we live in a world where everybody points fingers, and if they see that you like something, you get called weird, you get called a nerd.
It's like high
You get
school all
called
over again, right?
exactly. I don't know if you've heard the song by Bowling for Soup, "High School Never Ends," but it's kind of like that. I mean,
Gonna look that up.
check it out. I think you'll like it. And I that's what I want of our page. I want people to love it, to have fun, to get people into it, have arguments.
Friendly argument.
Exactly.
Debates.
Debates. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah,
Because
but
I've even said no arguments, debates.
Once in a while, I see the name calling, and it's annoying, and I sit there like hovering over the ban feature, like I don't want to be.
I know.
Do it.
I know. And nobody has gotten banned, and I want to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Since I'm right here talking to you guys, and Bill has done a great job. He's one of my recent administrators. Brandon Torres, my other administrator, he's great. He's helped me with the pictures making, with everything. Angela Wilson, my fiance, she made the banner for the Geek Fortress, among other things that she's helped me work with right now, which I cannot talk about because they're kind of like on the secret side right now, but you kind of know about already. Exactly. So we have plans, and I hate to say that sentence because I've heard it from horrible people, but we do have plans. I'm not gonna see. I know you got it. I know
we're not a political establishment.
Exactly. Thank you. Anyways, moving on. We have many ideas, and we're hoping to get them all little by little. We want to do more giveaways. We want to do more voting, more polls. People love the polls. People love putting bacon as an option. You know who you are, and it's become like a little inside joke, you know. And we do have a mascot now for the fortress, which was actually drawn by Karen, Karen Gray or Karen DeStefano, and we have it, and we're getting ready to do some stuff with it. But I also have a day job, which I have to go to, and do adult stuff. But we're working on several things. Just stay tuned. That's it. And thank you again. That's the biggest bear hug I can give you all, guys. And you don't understand how amazing it is that everybody is helping my dream, and I think a lot of people's dreams, to have a place where everybody can relax and talk about what we love.
Well, it's good when it's almost like a cloud atlas moment when it turns out that everybody's got a very similar dream, and we're all living vicariously through each other,
Yep.
So.
Man, I wasn't ready for that deepness, but yes, that's exactly what it is.
That's what I do.
That's dude, 100%.
It really falls deep, right?
Oh, take them to the RoboCop link. That's how you guys make me feel.
All the feels at once.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, no judgment. Let's just have fun and stay cool, like that video that I made that one time. Let's be cool.
Right. Hey, awesome.
And stay. Yeah, stay awesome and geek on. That's our thing.
Right.
Let's just do it. Let's make something with it.
All right. So I'm gonna end this now. And Stan, you and I will wrap a little bit after we go off air, all right?
Okay, sounds good, man. Thank you so much for having me.
That's all good. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the Fortress.